So guys, Randy from Rake and Reviews here. I am going to be ranking Scaled and Icy, the 21 Pilots album. Scaled and Icy is the 6th 21 Pilots studio album. I did a 2-part review on it. You can go check out the videos. They should be the most recent ones that are in my channel or in my Instagram feed, wherever you are, YouTube or Instagram. I really enjoy this album. It's going up a lot for me. It has a lot of replayability. Takes a little while to warm up to, but after that you'll be playing the songs over and over. There are 11 tracks on the album, so without further ado, let's go last place, number 11. In 11th place, we have Bounce Man. Bounce Man is a track on the album for me that's just kind of boring. I like AJR, but it sounds more like an AJR song than a 21 Pilot song in a bad kind of way. It's just boring. It's definitely a skip on the album. Hard to listen to. I like the lyrics, but the sound of the track is just a little bit boring, a little bit too simple for me and simple for 21 Pilots, and I would have never guessed they would come out with a song like Bounce Man after they came out with Trench, which was amazing. I have no idea how Bounce Man and Redecorate are on the same album, but with that being said, Bounce Man is just a skip. 11th place, nothing interesting about it. Lyrics, that's all. In 10th place, we have Formidable. This is an interesting one because when I first listened to the album, Formidable was one of my favorites, and I'm not sure if it's about Josh or about his daughter, like I said, or like I think, or about his fans. The sound of the track is just really simple. It sounds like a Beatles song. This is another skip for me. I get bored halfway through listening to it, and it's one of the shortest songs on the album. After Mulberry Street, this just seems like a slow-paced type of song, but not in a good way. And I would have preferred if it was a ukulele song, but it's not. It's just guitar. It sounds basic. It sounds normal. It sounds like a radio song. It sounds like an old like 60s, 70s vibe. And I don't feel it. And I think if they took out Formidable and Bounce Man off this album, went from Mulberry Street to something else to lead into No Chances, the album could be a lot better. So with that being said, Formidable is number 10. It could be number 11. Bounce Man could be number 10. They're interchangeable, but I think I like Formidable a bit more because of the lyrics. Number 9 is Saturday. I have a weird relationship with Saturday. Saturday was not my cup of tea when it first came out. It sounded just like a Level of Concern track 2. When I saw it live in the 21 Pilots live stream, and after hearing it with better speakers and playing it in the car while driving with my windows down, Saturday has been a song that I actually like a little bit, and I like the pause at the end in between Might Get Loud. At first I didn't really like that. I thought that it was a weird stylistic choice, but now I can appreciate it. And Saturday's not a bad song. It's just, walking through coals type of song. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with 21 Pilots, Tyler and Josh wanting to make more happy sounding music. But for me, it's just my least favorite song about Tyler's wife, and just not a strong contender in the 21 Pilots discography or in this album. Number 8 is Never Take It. Never Take It was in my top 3 when I first listened to the album. But as I listened to the other songs more, and as I began to listen to this one more, it just became a little bit stale, a little bit boring. I like the guitar part. The lyrics are very topical and relevant about politics, about DEMA, whatever you want to think about, whatever your theories are. But for me, it just doesn't hit the same. It gives an 80s rock vibe, but very plain and simple, kind of cardboard cutout. I can still vibe to the song. It's a great song. It's just not one of my favorites, and it went from being one of my favorites to being bottom tier, and it shrunk on me as time went on. Number 7 is Shy Away, the first single that was released from this album. I really like Shy Away, and it's great live. It's much better live. I just wish that the scream that Tyler did in the live version was also in the studio version, and I wish there was something more interesting in Shy Away. I really like the drums. I like the sonic sound of it. It's just another type of, not as stale sounding as the last 4, but it's just not as great as the other ones. And I guess it's middle tier. I would definitely put it on a playlist at a party, and I listen to it on my own, but I don't find myself replaying it as much as some of the other songs on this album. Number 6 is Good Day. When I first listened to Good Day on the track list, it was the first song I listened to that wasn't a single, because it's the first track, obviously, on Scaled and Icy. And I was really thrown off by the sound of how happy it was and how just upbeat, piano heavy the song was. And I didn't really dig it that much at first, but as I listened to the lyrics and played it in the car again, like I did with Saturday, I just began to appreciate it more. I like how happy it sounds because it's a contradiction, but I like how happy it sounds and how down the lyrics are, just because it gives a different perspective, and no one really writes songs like that the way that Tyler does. And you can shut your brain off and listen to it and have a happy vibe, or you can turn your brain on, listen to it, and really get deep into the lyrics. So I like Good Day. That's why it's right in the middle. Not my favorite, not my least favorite, but it's very good. In 5th place, we have No Chances. No Chances was probably my second favorite when I listened to the full album, but much like Pet Cheetah, which is a song I absolutely love, the chorus just drags it down a little bit. I love the chanting, I love the verses, the rap verses, but the we got people on the way, we get bodies every day, I feel like that could have been more interesting, and it's just a little boring. Kind of drags the song a little bit longer, makes it feel longer than it actually is. It's a good change of pace from the rest of the album, and I really appreciate it, and that's why it's at number 5. Number 4 is Choker. Choker is my favorite out of the singles that came out, and there's a good reason for that. Choker is one of the songs that I really like the lyrics, but I couldn't get behind the sound because it just sounded kind of generic and like old 21 Pilots stuff. And not that I don't like their self-titled album, it just kind of isn't my style. I can listen to some songs on there, but not all of them, and it just reminded me of some of the ones I can listen to, or that I don't appreciate as much. But Choker has amazing lyrics, some of my favorite 21 Pilots lyrics of all time. And when they did the live stream, and they played it live, it was my absolute favorite that they played live from the new album. The way Tyler sings, everything about that. So I guess whenever I hear the studio version now, I think of the live version, and that just bumps it up so much for me. Has very high replayability, not a skip at all. My favorite single from Scaled and Icy. It's definitely deserving of the top 4. Number 3 is Mulberry Street. Mulberry Street is another one that was probably in the middle, maybe like 7th place when I first listened to the album, but now, after the live stream, after listening to it over and over, after figuring out what it means, it's an amazing song. It does the whole happy sounding song that actually has down lyrics. It does that better than Good Day. It does it better than most 21 Pilots songs. I love how it sounds. I love how it's still their style, but also changes it up a little bit. And everything about the song is great. I can see why some people have it as their favorites. And the little dance routine that Tyler did at the live stream really, made me like it more. I know I'm talking a lot about the live stream, but same thing happened with Trench. When I listened to Trench at first, there were some songs I didn't appreciate as much, and then I went to the live show, and some of the songs that were my least favorites became my favorites, and so on. So really, it's just about live shows and the songs taking time, growing, shrinking on you, but Mulberry Street is one of the ones that grew on me. Number 2 is The Outside. The Outside is probably my favorite sonically driven track on this album, if that is how I should say it. The instrumental in this song is the best out of all of them. The instrumental in this song is the best out of all the songs on the album for me. I also really like the rap lyrics, and some of the lyrics in the song, like kids will try to take my vibes and I'm vibing and I'm on the outside in the summer heat, aren't as deep, but it's a 21 Pilots song. There's lore behind it, there's other stuff behind it, like real world meanings, and if you look into that, you can appreciate it more. I just love how this song sounds. I love how the drums are more upfront in this one. And I love how Tyler's voice sounds, and again, hearing it live really made me like it more. But it's been in the top 3 since I first listened to the album. And who knows, maybe in a year it'll be one of my least favorites, but it's my second. Alright, and in first place, as you know, Redecorate. This is a popular opinion, not unpopular at all, not like I'm trying to make something controversial. I think Redecorate is one of the best lyrically driven 21 Pilot songs of all time. The lyrics in this one, so unique, incredible way to look at it. It also relates to Clancy, who is in the lore, and just everything about the song is perfect. It sounds amazing. The lyrics are amazing. It's like a Neon Gravestones Part 2, but it's arguably better. Top 10 21 Pilots songs of all time, maybe top 5, I don't even know. Best from this album. This could easily go in Trench, and you would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, Trench is easily their best produced album, best sounding album, best lyrically written album. And you could just slip Redecorate on there and it would make sense. So with that being said, Redecorate is number 1 and one of my favorite 21 Pilot songs of all time. That's my current ranking for Skilled and Icy. Who knows, it might change tomorrow, might change in a week, might change in a year. If it does, that's just how life goes. I'm sure for this album or other albums, your ranking changes all the time. So let me know in the comments what you think, what your ranking is, if you want me to react to something, an album, a song, whatever. And I will be posting a first reaction to Olivia Rodrigo's Sour, which I reacted to a month ago at this point, maybe 3 weeks. I don't really know. I forget when it came out. But yeah, I will be posting that soon. I've been editing it. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.